Hi, Mike Mutzel, MikeMutzelLeadership.com. I want to thank you so much for those that have tuned in and caught these tips that we're trying to suggest to leaders predicated on the nature of our younger employees. And I would encourage you to go to our website, MikeMutzelLeadership.com. If you sign up there, you can get free ebook, 5 tips leaders need to know before the end of 2023. And I would suggest not only need to know, but they need to implement. And today's tip is on giving timely feedback to our employees. Now, as a 30 or 40-year manager, man, none of us really enjoy the review process. It's monotonous. We got forms to fill out. Sometimes we got to decide how we're going to score people, and we can't give them all 5s. We got to give them a 4 and all that kind of stuff. And years ago, I met a real good friend, Ross Smith from Microsoft, and later went out to Microsoft and did some things. But he, in his message to the AACSB, we were 2 keynoters there, he suggested that they were using video games in the development process at Microsoft, and I was greatly intrigued by that. And in his research, he shared some amazing, amazing things to me. So if I were to ask you a question on video games, as an example, what do you think the average age of a gamer would be? My gut reaction would be, in their teens or in their 20s, when in fact it's in their mid-30s. What if I were to tell you that the average gamer in their mid-30s had spent over 7,000 hours of their life playing video games? Now, this comes from the video game trade associations, right? This is just not made-up data. What if I were to tell you that 48% were female? So our employees that are in that mid-30ish range and younger, man, they live in a video game culture for the most part, not all of them, but for the most part. And we can use that to our advantage as we manage our people. So the review process, I would suggest to you that when you play a video game, within 8 seconds whether you've advanced or not, or whether you got blown up, right? So we can use that familiarity with accountability and short-term accountability to our advantage in managing employees. It's easier for them than it is for us. So I would encourage you to, in addition to your annual review process, start to schedule monthly or 2-week or 4-week reviews with your people. And I would suggest as well, and I'm going to get in trouble with the HR folks, that the annual review is not a great time to coach our employees, because mostly what people care about is, what's my increase? Because generally that's when they get their increase. And before you suggest that that's that's a nature of younger employees, same thing is true for us as managers, right? When we go in there, we want to know, hey, what is our increase? So on our website, and I've been teaching this techniques for years with great success, I would encourage you to just take a little walk outside with your folks, or get them a cup of coffee and ask them 3 questions. Number 1, how do you feel about your performance over the last 30 days? Number 2, how do you feel about having the tools you need to do your job well? And then finally, number 3, you are the manager. Let me share with you how I feel about your performance over the last 30 days or 6 weeks or whatever it turns out to be. You see, the word feel here is critical, because nobody can argue right or wrong with the word feel. When you talk about the tools you need to do your job well, you'll get amazing answers that maybe you would have never expected in terms of what they need or what they would love to have that would make their job more efficient. So giving timely, critical feedback is absolutely essential in managing our younger employees today. This is Mike Mutzel, MikeMutzelLeadership.com. I encourage you to go there, sign up, get the 5 tips that leaders need to know and implement. And our latest project is also on there. That's Management University, where I see a great shortfall in organizations. We take our best employees, we put them in management, but we don't give them any management skills, man, or any management training. So this is Mike Mutzel, tip number 3, timely feedback, MikeMutzelLeadership.com. See you next time.